Alright, I'm going to try to demonstrate how to draw the hand by actually observing from life. So, I think this is all in the frame. So I'm going to observe these shapes here. This is going to be hard because I have a tripod in the way, but I'm going to start with this line. And then I'm going to kind of circle around. So let's see, that's at an angle. And normally I would draw very lightly so I can erase, but I don't know how well anybody's going to be able to see it. I notice that this kind of curves around over here and comes right into this. So I'm just going to put that in. That's not a mark that's going to stay there forever. This comes around. I'm noticing this negative space right here, kind of that triangle. So I'm going to put my thumb in and I'm going to try to visualize that triangle. And alright, so I got a knuckle. So my thumb, there's kind of a straight line from my thumb to that knuckle. So if this is the top of my thumb, then I'll put my knuckle in here. Now I'm looking down here to make sure that my knuckle is aligned correctly, because it's easy to get lost. This knuckle is almost in the same spot. This knuckle's a little lower than this knuckle, and it kind of comes at the bottom of this one. So maybe make this one a little taller. And then this aligns with that top knuckle. So I'm going to do that, and then from there it's a little higher than that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put this in. So I can see this kind of comes around. And so something like that. So that is that, that is that, this here, this here. I do have sort of a strange wrinkle right there. And then this kind of comes up like that. So I do notice this comes out a little bit, so I'm going to just mark that like that. And then it comes up. I'm going to look at this knuckle, which is just below this knuckle here. And also I want to notice that the length in between here is if I'm looking at the tip of my pencil and then where the blue paper starts, and then here, this part looks a little bigger, but these two, from here to here and here to here, is just about the same. So if I've got that space, this space, I can mark this right here. This one again is just a wee bit higher, put it a little bit higher. This one's lower. This one aligns there, I've already got that in. So now I'm going to look at the negative space. Here's the negative space. And I'm going to try to draw the negative space in order to place the rest of my fingers. Alright, so because there's like a bend in my finger, it does look, kind of comes out like that. That's not too much taller. And then again, here's this negative space that kind of pitches down. And then this is foreshortening right here, so it's a little bit more confusing, but I can see the top of my nail, and I can see that this finger is just below this finger, so when I curve it around, I'm going to make sure I'm just a little lower. And then I think what's going to help sell that foreshortening look is that I do have to bring it back this way. This finger, there's almost no negative space from where I'm sitting between my pinky finger and my ring finger, but there is, and so I've got to make sure that I put that in. I also notice that this negative space comes in like this, and that goes that way. And then the pinky finger rounds out just at this knuckle, like right here. And then comes in like this, and then bends this way, and bends this way. So I think the hard part, for me anyway, when I'm drawing my fingers is they kind of look like they bend in impossible ways. Like this I feel like now is too high. This should maybe come up a little bit. Like that. That's why your eraser is so important. Make sure you have a good eraser. Alright, so this should probably come around this way. Okay, and now the hand comes like that, and widen that out a little bit. I still haven't done my thumb. Alright, so my thumb, I'm drawing a line like this. It's an imaginary line, and then this comes up. I can see that my nail bed looks kind of funky right there. More like that. I see this knuckles bent. I kind of feel like it comes down like this. I always wanted those fingers that kind of curve backwards, but was not to be. So like that, kind of, right? Something like that. Erase this line. This nail, I think I've kind of drawn maybe two, well, maybe not. Alright, I've got to curl my nail around. I think that's the problem. It's got to curve around. So remember those contour lines when we did those arms, right? And we did the contour lines that came around. So that's where, if you want to, you can try to put in some of your what are these lines called? Like the lines, your lifeline, your fate line, your, like if you went to the palm reader. But I mean, that's it right there, right? And then maybe my wrist and my arm. Alright, hopefully you can see that. I don't know. That's what I want to see today. That's how you meet the objective. If I see that you actually have your hand in front of you and you're trying to draw it, doesn't matter how successful you are, if you're drawing from life and you produce a hand that looks somewhat human-like, you will meet the objective. Alright, so good luck. Have fun. I'll be around to help.